Hello and welcome to Niger Delta Television News. I'm Janet Bulbai-Renham. On our top stories, Bayelsan's taxed on protection of newly installed solar street lights. Traders in Yennegoa give reasons for selling by the roadside. Plus, indoor games of the Nigerian Union of Journalists gather momentum as media workers compete in various sports. And now details. A cross-section of Bayelsans have called on community leaders and youth groups in their various towns to take proactive steps to protect the newly installed solar street lights provided by the Niger Delta Development Commission in their locality. The call became imperative following the recent theft and vandalism of some of the solar street lights by unknown persons. Correspondent Warisom Simon has more.
Following recent reports of vandalism of the newly installed solar street light by the Niger Delta Development Commission in some areas of the state, some Bayelsans have asked community leaders to take proactive steps in safeguarding public properties located in their areas. Speaking to NDTV reporter Madam Disai Oro, tasked vigilante in the local villages to monitor movement of strange individuals within communities.
Yes, is the community, that particular street that has that solar, they should be held responsible. They should put themselves together. At least time to time, they should be checking. They should be checking their streets if anyone is being stolen.
Comrade Kingsley Ayawe pleads with communities to see the protection of the street lights as a civic responsibility.
My community, sometimes we normally interact with people to safeguard properties that is being installed in the communities, both street lights, hospitals, schools, whatever that government has made for the people, that the community should own it to themselves, so that people will not vandalize all those things.
Lending his thought on the matter, Akpofre Solomon urged residents to see the street light as their own.
The people living around should own the street light. They should make it their own. And that's the only way the street lights can be safe or secured. Because if you don't own any government property as your own, whether close to you or far from you, anything that happens to it is not your concern.
Also speaking, King Febi narrated his family ordeal before the advent of the street light.
I called Doakbo that look, there are guys vandalizing transformer at Opulelebele Road. Back then I was working with Julius Berger. I saw these guys one-on-one. I interrogated them. They told me they are NEPA officials. I called these guys on phone. They said I should call their office line or whatsoever, which they sent me the office line because I do not have it. They sent me, I called. They came, they saw these guys in the scene vandalizing that transformer with parts that they have already lost. They apprehended these guys, take them to the station. They keep disturbing me. I should come and testify that these guys like this. So by the time you call me to testify, and these guys knows that or find out that I am the one who has given out this information, the next thing they will come back for me. Will Doakbo or the government be there to protect me and my family?
I am Wariso Simon reporting for NDTV News.
Roadside traders in Yennegoa have given lack of patronage and inability to pay for shops as reasons for selling by the roadside, despite the potential risk involved. They stated these while speaking with NDTV News on the factors behind the decision to carry out their business activities by the roadsides. Correspondent Diapriye Victor has the details.
One major visible feature among many urban cities is the bustling of commercial activities of various categories of people displaying all kinds of articles and food items for sale by the roadside. Although there are many potential dangers like accidents, theft, harassment by criminals and law enforcement agents involved, these petty traders still prefer selling their wares by the roadside. It is for this reason that NDTV News sought the opinion of some of the traders at the popular roundabout, and they gave reasons why they prefer conducting their business by the roadside.
Where I like to sell for you because this one are roadside. This roadside market they pass inside market. Now fruit when I sell, e move pass inside market now if you go you no go fit sell now when people close for work they can buy.
They solicited that government assist them in providing them with finance and a good location to carry out their businesses. Despite the dangers involved in roadside trading, these traders are not stopping their business anytime soon, as it is their only source of livelihood in these hard times. Diepre Victor, reporting for NDTV News.
Mixed reactions have trailed the one-month ultimatum given by the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission to traders to crash prices of goods and services in all the states in the country. Speaking with NDTV News crew on the issue, some traders and residents in Yenagoa metropolis commended the initiative by the federal government, while others insisted that the move might not be feasible due to the persistent hike in fuel price. Correspondent Damilola Usho has the details.
Addressing the growing trend of unreasonable prices of goods and services and unwholesome practices by market associations, the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, has issued a one-month notice to traders and other stakeholders involved in exploitative pricing to crash the prices of goods. While commending the initiative of the federal government, said it will help check traders exploiting the people.
The government should look into this fuel subsidy of it. Either they should put back the subsidy or they should reduce the price of fuel so that the traders can also reduce the price of goods in the market.
A businessman, Mr. Toby, complained of the high cost of transportation, which he has said negatively affected the prices of goods and services in the country. They, however, called on the federal government to reduce the high cost of fuel rather than giving traders ultimatum to reduce the prices of goods and services.
Look into it properly and then see how they can go into this and work on it and make it good in order for every Nigeria to survive.
Damilola Osho, reporting for NDTV News.
Nigerians woke up on Tuesday to yet another increase in the pump price of petrol from 595 to 855 per litre at NNPC stations nationwide, while private filling stations sell at 1,000 per litre and above, depending on the state. Although officials of NNPC have denied any increase in price from their end, it was observed that some major marketers in the country have jacked up their pump prices, which has caused tension among motorists and other users of the product, who rushed to filling stations to engage in panic purchase, leading to long queues and traffic in different locations nationwide. The Nigerian Labour Congress and other civil society organizations have demanded an immediate reversal of the hike in fuel price. The NLC President Joe Ajaero accused the federal government of betraying the labour movement as the payment of the new minimum wage has not yet commenced nationwide. Yet Nigerians are now confronted with new petrol pump price amidst other inflated prices, making living unbearable for all. Meanwhile, business mogul Aliko Dangote, while speaking on live television on Tuesday, unveiled a sample of the first refined petrol from his refinery. He revealed that the price will be determined through an agreement between his company and the federal government. On the entertainment scene, veteran Nollywood actress Kate Henshaw has expressed anger over the hardship faced by Nigerians as a result of the hike in fuel price. The actress got a lot of people talking after voicing her frustration on the X platform, formerly known as Twitter. For details of these and other entertainment news, let's join Delight Oladile.
In a country where the voices of celebrities rarely echo beyond the margins of entertainment, Kate Henshaw has remained exceptional and has once again used her platform to spotlight the pressing issues affecting the ordinary Nigerians. The veteran Nollywood actress, known for her outspoken nature and support for social justice, took to X, mostly known as Twitter, within the week to express a frustration with the seemingly perpetual state of disorder in Nigeria. Her tweets, which reads, "Are we supposed to live in perpetual strife in this country? What is the meaning of all these fuel queues? Is calling for a positive change in governance." Popular Nigerian actress Kehinde Bankole has shared her perspective on the role of nudity and kissing in films, stating that these elements are not always essential for delivering a compelling story. According to a recent interview on YouTube podcast, Bankole emphasized the importance of context and intelligent storytelling when incorporating nudity into a film. Also, Bankole explained that nudity and explicit scenes are not always essential for conveying a compelling narrative in films. However, she argued that while nudity can be depicted without being overtly sensual, it should be used with careful consideration and purpose. Grammy-winning Nigerian singer Tems has responded to Jamaican singer Buju Bante's claim of Afrobeats lacking substance and fading with time. In a recent interview with Craig Meads on the YouTube show Kick Game, Tems stated that the Afrobeats genre of music is meant for escapism and not social commentary. According to her, while she understands where Batten is coming from, she emphasized that reggae is different from Afrobeat, as Afrobeat is meant specifically for escapism and serves as a distraction from the harsh reality of life in Nigeria. While this exchange highlights the differences between Afrobeat and reggae, with Tems clarifying the unique role that Afrobeat plays in Nigerian culture. The conversation has sparked interest among music enthusiasts, with some agreeing with Tems' perspective and others supporting Buju Bante's critics. For Entertainment News, I'm Delight Oladele.
And from our sports desk, the indoor games marking part of the activities of this year's press week of the Nigerian Union of Journalists Bauchi State Council gathered momentum on Tuesday as media workers compete in various sports, including table tennis, Scrabble, Ludo, and chess. Sports correspondent Yemi Miene brings us up to speed on this and other sports stories.
As the press week of the Nigerian Union of Journalists NUJ Bayelsa State Council entered day 2 on Tuesday, members of the union engaged in an indoor sports games that saw them competing against one another.
No, don't come out. Never come down. For draft pairing, we have Jonode versus.
Some of them shared their thoughts on the competition.
Well, I'm not a gender sensitive person, so it's normal for me.
I just played to unfortunately I lost.
The chairman of the sports committee of the press week, Comrade George Ameli, also spoke on the level of competition.
Activities marking the 2024 Press Week, sports is an inclusive part of it, and this is match day 2 or activity day 2 of the sporting events. Table tennis is ongoing even as I speak. Then behind me are games like Ludo, draft, Scrabble, and chess. They are also ongoing, and the turnout has been okay, and we are believing that this is an opportunity for journalists to interact, interface, and of course unwind. That's what we are doing right.
Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen has officially committed to a 4-month loan from Napoli with Turkish powerhouse Galatasaray. After a turbulent summer transfer window that saw his planned move away from Naples fall through, Osimhen's career has now taken a significant turn with the finalization of the deal. Osimhen had been left out of Napoli's first team, and his future had been unclear due to the unresolved tension from the unsuccessful transfer. To keep the Super Eagles player active and match fit, Galatasaray intervened and offered a short-term solution. This temporary agreement, which was originally scheduled to last 4 months, may be extended for an entire season based on Osimhen's performance and the needs of the club. His priority at the moment is assisting Nigeria in earning a spot in Africa Cup of Nations. The Nigerian Premier Football League NPFL clarified yesterday that the dual interest concerns prevented it from registering Beyond Limits Football Academy for the 2024-2025 season. According to the body, there are issues with the club's ownership and Remo Stars, a team that is currently participating in the NPFL, which is against Rule B11.4 of the NPFL framework and rules. In a statement yesterday, the NPFL said, as a result of this decision, the slot previously occupied by Beyond Limits Football Academy has been relinquished and subsequently handed over to Atlant FC. This decision aligns with Rule A5.2, which stipulates the criteria for club participation. Atlant FC met the requirements set by the NPFL board and was the only relegated club to express interest in filling the vacancy. We also need to clarify that there was no slot buying transaction, as such practices are explicitly prohibited under NPFL rules. The NPFL remains committed to upholding a fair and competitive league. While the NPFL rules do not explicitly foresee every scenario, the board has exercised its discretion as permitted under the league's governing documents to ensure that the decisions are made in the best interest of the league and its stakeholders. The NPFL gives stakeholders in the league the assurance that it would keep the highest standards of professionalism and make sure that every decision made is consistent with its dedication to justice and the competition's integrity. I am Ayemi Mene for NDTV Sports.
That report brings us to the end of our bulletin, but before we go, a quick look at our top stories. Bayelsans have called on community leaders and youth groups in the various towns to take proactive steps to protect the newly installed solar street lines provided by the Niger Delta Development Commission in their locality. We also brought to you a report that roadside traders in Yenagoa said lack of patronage and inability to pay for shops are reasons for selling by the roadside, despite the potential risk involved. And finally, the indoor games, marking part of the activities of this year's Press Week of the Nigerian Union of Journalists by Bayelsa State Council, gathered momentum on Tuesday as media workers compete in various sports, including table tennis, Scrabble, Ludo, and chess. And that's our bulletin. Thanks for joining us. I'm Janet Bobai Renham.